Need a break from the usual brick-breaking mining experience of Minecraft? Are you looking for the real-time strategy flair of the Minecraft universe? Well, Minecraft Legends is here, and folks, let me tell you, it's full of real-time strategy. Hi, I'm Ryan Turford from Carpool Gaming, and this is Minecraft Legends in review. Huge thank you to our friends over at Xbox Canada for providing us a code for review purposes. Now, Minecraft Legends, when it was first announced, I was a little confused as to what this game actually was. From the first trailer, it seemed more like a Breath of the Wild style, like third-person action game. But then when we started to learn more and more about the real-time strategy elements of this game, I actually got pretty excited because, for folks that don't know, I'm actually a pretty big fan of real-time strategy games, going all the way back to StarCraft and Warcraft on PC, and just playing pretty much every real-time strategy game when they came out for years and years and years. That was very much my thing. So I'm very much a person that's into real-time strategy games. So when I heard that Mojang was doing a Minecraft real-time strategy game, I got pretty excited. I was actually pretty excited for this release. I also have to preface, before we go much further in this review, that I did not finish the game at the time of this review, so treat this review as a review in progress. We'll actually be updating this kind of review discussion over the course of the next couple of weeks on the Xbox Drive, so you're going to want to tune into that show on this channel if you want to hear our continued thoughts about the game. But I just wanted to make sure to put out this video before the game came out, so then y'all knew kind of what you were getting yourselves into with this game. So I also played this game across PC and console, and what was interesting about this is that because it's a real-time strategy game, you would normally think that mouse and keyboard is probably the best solution or the best way to play the game. And actually, I'm here to tell you that I personally think that the best way to play this game is with mouse and keyboard. Now, one of the nice things with Minecraft Legends is that the console version does have support for mouse and keyboard, so you can just plug in your mouse and keyboard to your Xbox Series X and play this way. An important note, I did check this out on Series S, Series X, and PC, and across the board, for the most part, Series X and Series S, for the most part, are very similar experiences, and then the PC, it's one of those things where I think you get a bit of a smoother performance. So I think if you have a pretty powerful PC, I think you're going to want to maybe play it there. Combined with the fact that, mouse and keyboard, I think is probably the way to go with the controls. I do think the game runs a lot better on PC as well. Not that it really stutters or hitches on, consoles. I do think that the load times are a little bit better on PC. And yes, there are actually load times on this game, despite the fact that this is a Series X game and a Series S game. And I'm actually curious to know, because this game's actually coming out across multiple platforms as well, including, PS4. I'm curious to know how the load times are going to be on older gen consoles. But for the sake of, the consoles I played it on, I mean, it's not a deal breaker or anything like that. But I do think my PC actually was able to chug through this pretty fast. In fact, if you want to know the specs of my PC, because I do think that, with a game like this, it's important to know that information, I've left all that in the description of this video. So let's start off talking about the game itself. So there are multiple ways to play Minecraft Legends. Of course, you've got your single player story mode, which just has a very kind of paper thin story. You play as, a hero, basically Steve from, just normal Minecraft, who's asked by, some other characters from a different Minecraft universe for help because their world is being invaded by these evil piglins, and it's up to you to, traverse into their dimension and save the day, essentially. So again, the story is kind of just your basic setup, just to, set up the conflict and set up all of the different things that you're going to encounter throughout Minecraft Legends. But for the most part, I wouldn't come into this, expecting a big grandiose story or anything like that. But at the same time, that's always kind of been Minecraft's MO, with the exception of something like Minecraft Story Mode. And even that was more of a comedic romp more than anything. And I don't really think that in my time of playing the story in Minecraft Legends, I haven't really run into, any memorable story beats or anything like that. Again, it's just trying to get you from one place to the other, and also just help you learn all the different mechanics. So then when you do start playing with friends, you do know how a lot of the different abilities work and how to build improvements and things like that. It is also important to note that the story mode is fully co-op playable with up to 4 friends online, across platforms as well, because this is a cross-platform release. In fact, during the review period, both myself and Court Lalonde actually played some co-op together. I played on PC, he played on console, and I've got some footage playing here of us kind of playing together and kind of doing your own thing. One of the things I will say about the story mode, despite the fact that, the story itself isn't, super amazing, I actually think the story mode's pretty fun. It gives you a large open world that you have access to with a bunch of different villages that you have to defend from the piglins, but also specific points on the maps to take out the piglins on. And as you progress through the story, more and more of those will open up to you and more things will appear on the map. You also have the ability to recruit different armies to your cause as well with, you've got skeletons, you got the zombies, you got the creepers, and they each have their own missions associated with them in order to recruit them for your cause. So again, there's a lot of cool things to do on the map, and I kind of liked a lot. I kind of liked the campaign a lot. Again, it very as much as a chill experience, and it was definitely a game that I was not shy about, turning on my favorite, podcast or, listening to some music or watching some videos on my tablet while playing. It's what I call a podcast game in quotations, like a game that's just, very chill. You can just kind of relax to it and, just have a good time while kind of turning your brain off a bit. So one of the interesting aspects about Minecraft Legends that separates it from other real-time strategy games is it's not from a top-down perspective. It is from a third-person, boots-on-the-ground perspective where you're playing as your Minecraft character that you select at the beginning of the game, and you're commanding all your troops and building the buildings that way. You're also able to fight on horseback because you are on a mount throughout the entire experience. You can get different mounts as well that actually give you, different abilities like the ability to move faster or the ability to fly over different obstacles and things like that, which I thought was pretty cool. You don't really do a ton of damage yourself. I do think that, for the most part, you're really initiating combat when you're running into, small piglet troops and things like that, and kind of helping with the cleanup with your other units. But for the most part, you're building structures, you're building other units, and you're collecting resources along the way, just like you would in any other real-time strategy game. So it's not all that different. And as you progress through the game, you unlock more units to, build, new buildings to build, and of course, new upgrades to upgrade along the way. As far as the strategy elements, as I mentioned, I do think, keyboard and mouse is kind of the way to go. I mean, what they did here is they simplified a lot of real-time strategy elements if you are using the gamepad, mostly to the D-pad to give you 4 different kind of build menus, one for your troops, one for gathering resources, one for, building buildings, and then one for building improvements with upgrades for your base in the middle of the map. And I actually think that, again, the controller itself, it's fine. You can definitely play the game that way. But I did notice some imprecision, especially if you're trying to, build castle walls, or if you're trying to build specific ramps in a specific way, or if you're trying to get any kind of tactile precision. I just found the analog stick just couldn't do it justice in comparison to using a keyboard and mouse. So that's part of the reason why I actually recommend that, combined with the fact that it's very easy to, swap between, tab between, your different resources that you want to have access to just by using the 1, 2, 3, 4 keys. It was just felt so much easier to kind of tab through things versus using the controller, because I felt like there were just so many more steps there. Beyond the main game, you also have some other multiplayer modes as well, because you do have a 4-on-4 versus mode where, you and your friends can build your own fortresses to kind of, take down your friends' fortresses. This mode, though, again, I played with Court. We did kind of a one-on-one battle, and I will say it took forever in order to do it. It took about an hour and a half to play one game, and it just moved very slowly. And I think it might be more fun if you have more players. Unfortunately, we just weren't able to link up with people during this review period more than, just the two of us to play. But I do think this is something we want to maybe go back to before, sometime in the next couple of weeks. So again, stay tuned for the Xbox Drive. We'll probably talk a lot more about this on the Xbox Drive as we have a chance to try more of the modes. One of the modes that I also thought was pretty fun, that I think would also be really great if you have a lot of players as well to play with, is the Lost Legends and Myths mode, which gives you a bunch of different scenarios. Apparently, they're going to be delivering them monthly, so you're going to be able to get new add-on content. Some of it's going to be paid, some of it's going to be free. There is a free one in the store right now that you can access when you launch the game for the first time. And this mode is basically a 20-wave horde mode. And I was actually going to be able to complete this on the normal difficulty by myself. I wasn't able to link up with Court to try it out. So I tried it on my own. And after, 2 attempts, on my second attempt, I was able to get through it after I kind of picked up on the strategy. But it was really crazy just seeing how many units on screen they had at a time. Like some of the waves, there were like 400 piglets coming at you at once. And you had to figure out, okay, what defenses I need to set up in time, because they don't really give you a lot of time to do that. And you have very limited resources in that particular mode. You're kind of relying on, in between rounds, the villagers will give you a specific number of resources, and you can, walk around the limited resources in the environment and pick those up. But you're kind of relying on those villager resources to keep you through each wave. It was a tough and grueling experience. But it was cool that I was actually able to finish it on my own. And I definitely think that mode would actually be a lot of fun with 4 players if you've got some friends to play it with. So my main takeaway this, as we kind of round things out to kind of my final thoughts on Minecraft Legends, I definitely think the game is fun. I do think, I didn't enjoy it as much as I was hoping I would, kind of going into this as a real-time strategy fan. But I do think, there is some fun to be had with this game. I think the combat is fun. I do think that, some of the base sieges just kind of take forever, kind of like what I, hinted at with the versus mode with me and Court. Just whenever you're going up against a big base, sometimes it just takes forever. You just feel like you're just bashing your head against the wall, trying to, get the game to go faster. So I do think that there is, some pacing issues when it comes to that stuff. But all in all, I think it's like a very chill and fun experience. If you like Minecraft and you like real-time strategy games, I think this is kind of going to be your jam, and I think you're probably going to enjoy this game a lot. If you're not into Minecraft, but you like real-time strategy games, I still think give this a go. It's on Game Pass, so if you have a Game Pass subscription, definitely give it a download and try it out. But if you don't, if you're, for example, watching this video and you're on PlayStation 4 or 5, or you're on Switch, I would say, just understand that if you're not into Minecraft, it might be tougher to maybe get into this game, especially if you don't like real-time strategy games at all. But I do think there's some fun to be had with Minecraft Legends. Again, it's not, the slam dunk that I was hoping it was going to be, but I do think it was a good, 2-pointer if I'm using my basketball references correctly here. And that's going to do it for my review of Minecraft Legends. Again, this is a review in progress, so you're going to want to make sure to check out the Xbox Drive right here on this channel or on podcast services around the globe for more information in the coming weeks about Minecraft Legends. As for me, you can find me on Twitter at Ryan Turford. You can also find us on Twitter at Carpool Gaming, right here at youtube.com/Carpool Gaming, and on podcast services around the globe. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And then, of course, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we go live with new videos. All right, friends, I'm Ryan Turford. This has been our review of Minecraft Legends, and I'm out.